If you've gone through a divorce, I just need to know, does it get easier? Does it get easier? Everybody keeps thinking that I'm handling this divorce so well.
And she was telling me that she got divorced.
Fellas, welcome back. Today we'll look at divorced women regretting leaving their marriage. Let's dive right in. Right after you subscribe, of course.
We signed our final divorce papers last week. And I just got notified today that the lawyer sent the papers to the court today to be signed by the judge. Everybody keeps thinking that I'm handling this divorce so well, and I'm not. I'm not okay. Next week would have been our 9-year anniversary. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself. I didn't want this. I never wanted this. And it hurts and it sucks and okay. I know that I'm gonna be okay. But right now it really sucks. And I feel like I can't breathe.
So this was my first Christmas as a divorced single mom. You want to know how it went? It is currently 8 a.m. on December 26th, and I just woke up an hour ago after sleeping for the last 20 hours. Because this year was Josh's year to have the kids. So I worked from 10 p.m. till 10:30 a.m. Christmas Eve into Christmas morning, and I came home and then I went to sleep and I didn't wake up until an hour ago. Because I had nowhere to be and no one to be with. For the last 11 years of my life, my Christmases have been spent with my in-laws because that was the family that I had, and I don't have that anymore. I have one half-sister who I talk to occasionally who is in a completely different state, so couldn't spend Christmas with her. Other than that, I don't have family. And all of my friends were spending Christmas with their families, so I slept. I wish more single parents who had to share their children for the holidays would talk about how much this sucks. And I know it sucks to be the downer of the holiday season, but also because nobody talks about it, I feel like I'm alone in feeling like this, and it really sucks.
I'm on a mission to date through the alphabet, and this week was K-Week, and well,
He's 20 minutes late. I know that he's getting my text messages because I'm getting the red receipts. I hope he's okay. I don't know, how long do I wait? It's been 30 minutes. I tried to call him. I tried to text him. I haven't gotten an answer. So I don't really know what to do. I don't know. Oh.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey,
what are you guys doing?
we're at the playground right now. Why, what's up?
So I got stood up.
Jeez.
And he kind of said something that really kind of just fucked me up. And I really just kind of want my kids. If maybe you would bring the kids to come and I can just do it with them instead.
Let me call Mom and let her know what's going on, because, I think they'd enjoy kayaking, but I also need to ask them or let them know, so.
Alright, just let me know.
Alrighty.
Alright, thanks.
I'll let you know what's going on.
Alright, thank you.
Yep.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
One of the hardest things I've had to learn over the last couple months that I've been doing the alphabet dating is that dating as a single mom of 4 in my 30s sucks. I started this as a way to build a list of things that I want and don't want in a future partner, and I have had a blast as I've been going through all of these dates. And I've learned a lot. One of those things is that I want somebody who is going to be able to accept the fact that my children are the biggest part of my life. So far, only one person had shown any interest in my children, and he even ended things by saying that he can't see himself with somebody with 4 kids. And that sentiment has been echoed throughout these dates. They all tell me that I am really great, they have a lot of fun with me, that they want to keep seeing me, but that they couldn't really see anything serious with me. And I think that that is kind of getting to me, because my kids are freaking amazing, and I don't understand why you wouldn't want to spend time with them.
This right here is the brutal reality of post-divorce life that no one wants to talk about but needs to be heard. Let's break it down. She didn't want the divorce. She still cared. But life doesn't always care about your intentions. It happened, and now she's navigating a world that feels foreign. One where holidays are quiet, traditions are broken, and the people who once made up her family are just gone. Now let's add the dating scene to the mix. She's a single mom of 4. And while that shouldn't be a red flag to the right man, let's be honest. Most men aren't signing up to be bonus dads to 4 kids. Especially not in this fast food dating culture where people are more committed to their phone plans than relationships. And what really stings? It's not just the rejections. It's the way she's being praised while being rejected. You're amazing, you're so fun, I really like you. But not enough to stay. That messes with your head. It sends the message that you're good, but not good enough. And that's what cuts deep. Here's the harsh truth. Society loves to glamorize the strong, independent single mom narrative. But behind the scenes, it's lonely. It's exhausting. It's waking up on Christmas morning with no one to call, no presents to unwrap, no plans, just silence. The dating pool isn't just rough for her. It's damn near brutal. She's not only trying to find love, she's also trying to find someone who doesn't just tolerate her kids but embraces them. That's a tall order in a world where commitment feels like a lost art. But she's also not wrong. Her kids are freaking amazing. And it's going to take someone equally amazing to see that, not as a burden, but as a blessing. So to all the single parents out there trying to keep it together, feeling unseen, rejected, or forgotten, you're not alone. And you're not too much. You're just too real for people still playing games.
So recently I caught up with an old friend and she was telling me that she got divorced, and I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids and I just got lonely and bored. And she says that when she would bring it up, like, he would take her out, but it was just boring to her. Like, she needed some excitement in her life. She just felt like she was just a mom and a wife, and her husband just wasn't doing that for her. And she had other friends that had, you know, boyfriends, or like they had just got married, and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, like going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work. Like, you know, they had a big house, they had nice things. Like, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced. And now, you know, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I fucking hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time, and then that's it. She said no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing? And she's like, I know. And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like, seriously. They have been divorced for a total of 3 years, and he has been dating this girl for 2 years. She has 2 kids, and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work, she's a stay-at-home mom. They haven't had any new kids, but they're planning on having kids. And she's pissed because she's like, how can he move on so fast? Like, find nobody, and he just found someone so quick, and he didn't even want to give us another try, like blah blah blah. And I was so confused because I was like, okay, so you divorced him because he was always working and you were bored. So now you are single, going out, having a good time, dating, but you don't like that. Now you want someone to take care of you, a provider. And your ex-husband, all he wanted to do was be a provider. That's why now he is dating someone who he has no problem providing for her and her kids. And she's pissed because she's like, why would he go and find someone who has kids? Like, he already has kids. Why would he want to take on that responsibility? And I'm like, wait, aren't you looking for someone to take on that responsibility? I was just giving her a hard time, not gonna lie, because it was kind of funny to me, because I was like, I could tell that she regretted her decision. I could tell. And I've seen a lot of people do shit like this, where they get divorced for reasons that are not, I'm not gonna say they're not valid, because everybody's feelings are valid, but they're fixable problems. Like, I don't know if you guys have this wrong idea of marriage that is supposed to be like fun and happy all the time. It's not. I feel like every relationship, it literally depends on compromise. Like, you gotta compromise something. You cannot have everything. And to be honest with you, like, if she was willing to give up on him that quick, like, maybe she just didn't love him that much. Because I cannot even imagine just me being like, oh, I'm bored, I'm gonna divorce my husband, you know? Like, no, you figure it out, you work it out. But I could tell that she's regretting it, because what she thought she wanted is not what she thought she wanted.
This is the perfect example of you don't know what you have until it's gone. The reality is, she left a man who was doing exactly what many women today say they want: a stable provider, a responsible father, a man focused on building a home. But because he wasn't thrilling or exciting enough in the moment, she threw it all away chasing the fantasy life her friends were posting on social media. Now she's in the very dating pool she envied, and it turns out, it's full of men who want vibes, not vows. The irony? She's now looking for someone to do exactly what her ex-husband was doing, except she's older, has more baggage, and less leverage. And now that he's found someone new, someone grateful for the life he offers, she's bitter. Not because he moved on, but because he didn't come back. Marriage isn't supposed to be non-stop fun. It's supposed to be a partnership, a grind, and a commitment. And when people treat fixable problems like deal breakers, they often end up learning the hard way. The grass isn't greener, it's just a filtered illusion.
When my girls were young, I got a divorce, and I was actually chatting with a girlfriend about the experience last night and my regrets of not being able to give my girls that stable, perfect family life that everybody dreams about. And there were a lot of things I did wrong, but one of the things I did right was I manned up, and I got my shit together, and I worked my tail off, and I dedicated my life to those girls and moved them from country to country until we found our stability. We spent a lot of time with my friends, both male and female, people that I trusted, people that I wanted them to look up to, and most of them are still in their lives today. While I know they probably felt pain, and maybe still do feel pain over their parents no longer being together, I hope that those dance parties in the living room, the walks to school, the solo trips together, the opening gifts on their birthday, specially picked out for them by mom, them watching me work and be independent and struggle and do all the things that moms need to do in order to survive. I hope all of those experiences far outweigh any pain that they may have felt. So to all those single moms out there, remember that your strength and your tenacity will far outweigh any pain that may linger in regards to your failed relationship. You've totally got this.
This is what real strength looks like. So many divorced women beat themselves up over the broken picture of the perfect family. But what this mom did is something most people couldn't even imagine. She turned survival into stability. She didn't just man up, she showed up. Every walk to school, every solo trip, every dance party, that's not a broken home. That's a rebuilt one. Sure, there may be scars, but those girls also saw what it means to rise, to grind, and to love fiercely. That's a different kind of legacy. And in many ways, It's more powerful than the fantasy of a flawless family life.
When I decided that I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce, we sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? The therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start?
Yeah.
And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. So he responded right away and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details.
Good.
Like, I knew that I was ready to leave that day, but I couldn't believe that was his reaction. There was no empathy, there was no compassion, there was no like wanting to fight for us, and I was like, so what are we gonna do?
Too many people, men and women, are walking away from marriages thinking there's something better, more exciting, more emotionally validating just around the corner. But when that fantasy hits reality, and they realize dating in 2025 is basically a highlight reel of letdowns, ghosting, and people who don't even know how to commit to a weekend plan, let alone a family, regret starts knocking. This woman thought she'd feel empowered by ending it. Instead, she felt stunned by how easily he let her go. That should tell you something. If you're not willing to fight before saying I want out, don't expect the other person to fight after. Marriage isn't about who's right, it's about who's real. And sadly, a lot of folks out here are playing house, not building homes.
If you've gone through a divorce, I just need to know, does it get easier? Does it get easier being without your kids? Because all I can do every time is cry. No matter what I do, I always end up crying the whole time. Please tell me it gets better because I can't do this.
Too often, society acts like divorce is just some casual transition. But for parents, it's soul-wrenching. No one talks enough about the emotional violence of not waking up to your kids every day. So to anyone asking, does it get easier? Yes, it can, but only if we acknowledge the pain and allow ourselves the space to heal, grieve, and rebuild with purpose.